Hello and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the YouTube channel and welcome to your first ever draft video onto the YouTube channel. I am joined again by Alfie. Big up to Alfie for coming on again. And Alfie's link will be in the title. So go and subscribe to his channel because he drops content as well. And today is the Premier League draft, people. And this is the all-time Premier League draft. So it's not just current players. Now, the way this is going to work, but we'll decide who goes first in a minute. But one of us will go first to pick a player, and each one of us are going to pick someone to make an all-time Premier League starting 11. Once a player has been picked, they will go, and the other player can't pick them. And there has to be 2 players per club. And this is going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough. Forgive us if we forget any players, but put them in the comments. And also, it's players in our era that we watched. We watched with our own 2 eyes. So none of this, Andy Cole, Ian Wright, like we're not 40. We are 21 and 22. Well, Alfie's 22 next week. So this is our era, people.
Yeah.
But Alfie, rock, paper, scissors, who goes first?
I was gonna let you go first anyway, considering it is your channel.
No, rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors on shoot, yeah?
Okay.
Alright. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Scissors, shoot.
What you got? Scissors.
Yeah.
I've got scissors as well. Let's go again.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors,
shoot. I got rock. You got paper. So you're going first, bro.
Okay. All right.
You wanted second, didn't you?
I didn't. No, I wanted first because it doesn't really matter. It's only 2 of us, so you're gonna get a good starting 11 regardless. But I'm gonna actually let you pick this year. What formation?
Okay. I think because if you look at the era that we started watching Premier League football, it was still towards the 4-4-2 era. Should we go with 4-4-2? That way we've got a bit more of a selection to go for.
Yeah, 4-4-2 makes it even better, because it's nuts. Because if we went 4-3-3, you got a lot of midfielders to pick, but you ain't got many strikers to pick because you can only pick one number 9. But if you got 4-4-2, you got less midfielders to pick, but more strikers to pick. So this is interesting. All right, my first pick. Oh shit, my first pick. I've got to be tactical. And I'm saying this person for a reason, and I'm going to introduce it. Obviously, this guy played for 2 Premier League clubs, but I only watched him at 1. And he's probably the reason why I'm picking him first, and people are going to be like, what? But he was the best in his position by far. Ashley Cole.
Oh, you prick.
Ashley Cole, I have to, because there's a lack of, even though there's only 2 of us, there's a lack of left backs in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And obviously Ashley Cole for Chelsea. When Ashley Cole played for Arsenal, I was barely alive. So I'm picking Ashley Cole. Alfie, it's your go.
So you've gone with left back straight away.
Straight away, bro.
I was under the impression that you were going for starting in goal.
Nope.
You going for left back has kind of thrown me off here. I am gonna if we are just picking at random, I'm gonna go. Yeah. I'm gonna take one of the 2 centre mid positions, and I think you may know which of the centre mids I'm gonna go for.
Go on.
I'm going with Mr. Liverpool. I'm going with Steven Gerrard.
Oh. Because joy is, there's a lot of midfielders to pick, but that's probably one of my favourite midfielders in the Premier League. Obviously, but Gerrard. I mean, that's a great pick. I don't think we're gonna have a shit pick because there's 2 of us. There's a lot of players to pick, so that's it. That's a great start so far. Ashley Cole and Steven Gerrard been picked so far. Okay, now I'm confused where to go next. Do I go with one of the strikers? Do I also go with another midfielder just in case? Because you picked a midfielder, you can easily have a sick midfield partnership already. I see 4-4-2. This is tough. But I have to pick this guy because if we're talking midfielders, this guy should always be in all-time conversations when it comes to not just his era, but an all-time Premier League era. He could pretty much do basically anything. I was part of a revolution at a club, the way it started, and he left as a squad player, but still on a high. But was part of many great trophies for the club, and that was Yaya Toure.
Okay. Okay.
He has to be in all-time conversations. Like,
Yeah, I have to agree. I think when it comes to Yaya Toure, I think he's criminally underrated as a Premier League midfielder. What he could do with the ball was incredible. He could dribble incredibly well. His finishing ability was crazy.
yeah.
He was just the perfect player for Man City.
Oh yeah, the way he used to power through like midfielders and defenses, it was like, bro, how no one's even getting the ball off him.
I think when it comes to Yaya Toure as well, I think Manchester City was the perfect move for him because obviously he started off at Barca, didn't he? And there was no way he was breaking past Xavi and Iniesta. There was no way he was getting past them two. So it
Yeah,
felt
true.
like he had to move to get some game time, and luckily he ended up at City.
It's mad. He played as a centre back for Barcelona as well. It's mental.
Never a centre back. Never.
No, no, never. All right, your turn again. Who's your second pick?
I'm gonna go with a bit of an out there one, but I feel like it could work because I'm pretty sure I see him play at right back for this club on quite a few occasions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Ricardo Carvalho.
Ricardo Carvalho, right back. Interesting.
I do remember seeing him a couple of times play for Chelsea at right back.
Really? Okay, all right. Because I know he was a six centre back, but I didn't even think of him at right back. This might have to. Hold on. I wanna check this though. I wanna check this because I don't because that like when I was growing up, I was like, yeah, I mainly saw him at centre back. So I want to check. Can he play right back as well? So could Ricardo Carvalho play right? That's the thing. Does Transfermarkt even have this? Where does Ricardo Carvalho? No, he did play as
Obviously,
a.
if he
To be
never
fair, he did play right back.
played for right back for Chelsea, I can always change it. But I feel like I've seen him. I saw him on multiple occasions play for Chelsea at right back.
He only played right back 4 times in his whole career, apparently, according to Transfermarkt.
Okay.
So I don't know whether you want to do if you want to do that you can, but I can't prove that he did for Chelsea or didn't. I can't prove either way he did or didn't. So hold on. Premier League. I can't check it quick enough. Hold on. But Ricardo Carvalho right back. So you remember seeing him play that right back then? I
Yeah,
remember it just alongside Terry.
Yeah, I do remember seeing him on a couple of occasions be moved over to right back. I don't know whether I was right in that or because I could have sworn I see him play on the right of that Chelsea defence.
Well, that's a difficult one. I think you could go. I think just go with it. Just go with it. It's
Okay,
fine. Go with it.
all
Yeah,
right.
go with it. All right,
I'll
but
lock in
that's a great
Carvalho at
player.
right back.
That's a great player though. I am writing my team down just so I remember who I've got because I've got my phone. But my third pick. If we're sticking to the theme of Chelsea, I cannot let this guy stay on the board for longer. And because there's only 2 players per club, I know which 2 players I wanted to pick for this club going into this already. And I'd be happy with, even though they have other options as well, I have to pick him. Obviously, his career after Chelsea didn't go exactly well, but when this guy was playing in the league, you couldn't get the ball off him running at your defenses, and was probably the best player in the league at some point when he was playing, and it was just a magician on the ball. I have to go Eden Hazard on the left.
Okay.
Eden Hazard on the left. I have to. That guy was ridiculous. Unfortunately, played too well against my club sometimes, but Yeah, that's my left mid, and I can't lie. He's one of the best that I've seen in the Prem. Like just with the ball in general, and just giving him a free role. He was actually probably more of a number 10 than he was on the left, but he played on the left throughout the whole time there. So, but it was like he had his own free role, and it was the time in the Premier League where everyone was allowed a bit of freedom and creativity. So, and he epitomized creativity, epitomized freedom. You couldn't get the guy
Yeah,
off the ball. Obviously, the Real Madrid stint didn't go well, but going off Premier League, Hazard was up there.
yeah. Hazard was class.
Mm,
The
yeah.
one thing about Hazard that sticks in my mind was the game when we turned up at Stamford Bridge. They beat us 3-0, and he spun the life out of Francis Coquelin.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. He also did that. He pretty much walked through our midfield and defense with that goal against us at Stamford Bridge in 18-19 season,
Oh
and
my
it
God,
was
that goal as
nuts.
well. Jesus.
That goes crazy. Goes crazy, man. He's ridiculous. Only him could like. There's only a few players that could do that in the Prem the way he did it,
Yeah,
and he was one of them. So,
yeah. He was class.
all right, your third pick, bro.
Okay, so I've picked right back and centre mid.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I want to lock him in and I don't want you to take him, I'm
Mm.
going to go with one of my main guys up front.
Yeah.
I think you know who I'm talking about. He
Uh,
had that je ne sais quoi.
just say it.
He made the Premier League sexy.
Go on.
Thierry Henry.
Yeah, I can't even say that I even watched him that much in the Prem, but Thierry Henry, obviously, everyone knows everyone that I've talked to knows he's the best player that they've seen in the Prem. I can't even the only time I really watched him was when he came back to Arsenal when he scored on his debut. That's the only time I
Oh,
watched.
that goal against Leeds.
Yeah, that's the only time I watched him.
That was incredible. I think
Yeah,
one of the lasting memories that I've got of Thierry Henry in the Premier League, obviously, because I started watching the Prem when I was quite young.
mm,
One of the main memories that I remember was when Thierry Henry scored the winner against Manchester United in our first season at the
yeah,
Emirates. The header.
yeah. I remember the goal,
He got
but I
injured
remember
after
seeing
that
the goal.
game as well and missed the rest of the season.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But Henry's a hard one to top. It's a hard one to top. Like, obviously, you got a very good team so far: Ricardo Carvalho, Steven Gerrard, and Thierry Henry. That's already a good spine as it is. Um, Now I'm thinking, where do I go? But I have to, because I'm thinking too much about defense. But I'm gonna go with another defender, and I have to go because if I don't go with him, like I've missed something. I don't like the guy now as a pundit, but as a player, one of the best to do it in the Prem. Uh, has one of the weirdest, deepest voices ever, but won many titles for Manchester United. Rio Ferdinand at centre back.
I'm not going
I
to
don't.
argue with that one.
Yeah, I don't like the guy, but fuck it, I don't mind.
He was a fantastic centre back.
Yeah, honestly, great with the ball. He's actually a modern day centre back playing in a previous era, and he can more than play in this era now. He'd be probably the best in the league, I'd say.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Jesus Christ, and the level of defending compared to then, it's terrible now. But Rio obviously iconic partnership with Vidic, iconic defense with the likes of I know I just said a player, but with the likes of other players as well. But in that Manchester United side, won many titles, was part of many great Man United sides. And
Yeah,
yeah, he played obviously played for the side.
we'll forget about the stint at QPR.
Yeah, yeah. This is Manchester United's Rio Ferdinand, not the
Yeah.
QPR one. That was getting spun by Peter Crouch and them. Not that one. Uh Obviously, this is actually quite fitting because it's in the light of obviously you're not on Twitter, but it's the light of the trend of hashtag Barclays Men on Twitter, whereas everyone's shooting out the comps of old school Premier League players, even mid-table Premier League players, and just putting a FIFA song next to it, and it's so good just to watch because this international break is shocking. So I'm just watching all these comps of these players, and I'm like, oh, this is so fitting for this draft. Obviously, probably most of them won't be picked because a lot of these guys are mid-table heroes,
Mm.
but it's still so funny to watch. Like, I even saw
Maybe
Ravel
we'll
Morrison come through.
maybe we'll have to do a tier list at some point. Maybe the next international break, we'll have to do a tier list of the players the streets won't forget and how we remembered them.
Yeah, we probably will. We probably will. That's a good idea. Who's your fourth player?
I'm gonna go similar on the lines of you when you picked Ashley Cole. He played for 2 Premier League clubs that I know of, but I
Yeah.
only saw him play for 1. And I'm
Mm.
gonna go with the goalkeeper, Edwin van der Sar.
Yeah, that's a great pick. That's a great pick. I'm
Quality keeper.
surprised. I'm surprised you didn't pick Petr Cech just because I can't pick him because I've got 2 Chelsea players. So I'm surprised you used that
Oh
as a Man
shit, I
United
didn't
pick.
even realise.
You used that as a Man United pick. That's the thing. Like, that's why I didn't want to go with him. But at the same time, he's a fantastic goalkeeper, wasn't he? Like, one of the best to do it as well in the Prem.
Yeah.
And obviously, I forget he played for Fulham, but that's because I was like 5 when he moved to
Yeah.
Fulham or whatever it was. But yeah, he was ridiculous as well. I've got to stop messing around. I've got to go with. I've a few players have come to my head, but I don't think you're going to pick them. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna go with striker.
Okay.
Now, again, I don't think I'm gonna pick another person, or I might. There is options, but if you're talking about this club, obviously a few players come to mind, but they didn't win the league when he played. However, this guy, in terms of technical ability, in terms of finishing, in terms of even taking on players, manipulating the way the ball would go in the back of the net, manipulating the way the ball would go when it comes to one-on-one with defenders. It actually, even outside of the Premier League, was part of one of the best front threes you've ever seen in your life. And he bit people. It was Luis Suarez.
Suarez, yeah.
Obviously, with the antics aside, as a football player, this guy was sensational. I think that partnership with Daniel Sturridge deserved to win something, but at the same time, the back four had John Flanagan and Daniel and Martin Skirtle.
That partnership with Sturridge, it weren't even just Suarez and Sturridge though. It was almost like a triple S across the front three. You had Sturridge, Suarez, and Sterling.
Yeah,
all
it was
just
triple.
Banging goals in for Liverpool.
Yeah, literally going from every position. Like they were just taking turns to go in each other's positions. And Sterling, that was a young Raheem Sterling, a very good Raheem Sterling. Daniel Sturridge just doing his thing. And Suarez as well. They were just hard to stop, but that was obviously when Steven Gerrard was at the back end of his career. Jordan Henderson was coming through. They even had Joe Allen. He was an okay player. Probably not what Liverpool needed, but was an okay player. Philippe Coutinho was coming through as well.
Yeah.
So that was a very interesting team. It's just that defense compared to that attack was very big. It was a big contrast. They had Glenn Johnson still. They had Jose Enrique. That was a weird team, man. Your turn, bro.
I'm gonna go with the right hand side of midfield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And as an Arsenal fan, it's not easy picking Spurs players.
Oh no, man! No! I didn't think you would pick him. No! Fuck!
I take it you already know.
I already know, but just carry on.
Simply because he was so unbelievable as a wide midfielder in the Premier League. Obviously, he didn't start at wide midfield. But that season before he left to go to Real Madrid, Gareth Bale was on fire.
Why didn't I just pick fucking Bale for the I was thinking he's not gonna think of Bale. He's not gonna think of Bale. I'm gonna leave it.
What do you mean I'm not going to think of Bale? Every time he twatted it in the 12-13 season, it just hit the top corner.
No, but it's just because Tottenham. It's because it's Tottenham. Like, I'd come back to Tottenham later, but fuck's sake, man. Okay. I don't know whether to be spiteful. There's so many positions I could pick, but because you haven't picked the centre back yet, I don't think I'm gonna have to go with this partnership because I cannot in terms of this part. I just don't understand how a striker could break this down. A current player. This is the first current player I think we're gonna pick, that's been picked so far. But he will be in all-time conversations, despite his injury. Like a few years ago, he's been class year in year out, in my opinion. And
I already know.
as I said, I wasn't going to pick many players from this team. You picked Gerrard. I picked Luis Suarez. I have to go Virgil van Dijk.
I'm not mad at it.
Because listen, Virgil van Dijk and Rio Ferdinand are the same partnership. Like, these are one of the few players now that could be talked about in current conversations.
And
that's my Liverpool and Chelsea pick done.
Even at Southampton, Virgil van Dijk was quality. You could see the quality was there, and you could see why Liverpool wanted to spend 75 million on him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, even though I was approved of the transfer at the time, maybe not the price tag. I think a lot of people as well, when you look back at their opinions, they've ate their words. Because a lot of people are like, what, 75 million for a centre back? What's happened to football?
It's not even just the fact it was 75 million for a centre back. It was 75 million pounds in January.
Yeah, because they tried
You've
to
never seen that much spent in January.
Yeah, they tried to get him in the summer. They failed, and then they desperately needed him because they were failing in defence. They still had Dejan Lovren there. They still had all these centre backs. Like, I think Claver.
Well, I mean, according to Lovren, he's the best. He was the best centre back in the world.
He's better than Ramos, apparently. According to him, never in a million years was he better than anyone. But yeah, I mean, he somehow frauded his way to a great career, Dejan Lovren. But Virgil van Dijk, yeah, they needed him. They had Claver, they had Lovren. I'm pretty sure Matip joined, but he was decent. But yeah, that's my Liverpool picks gone. That's my Chelsea picks gone. On to you.
I'm gonna round out my 2 Arsenal picks, and I've been thinking about this across today because obviously I was anticipating this video happening. I was thinking I need to think long and hard about I need to think about what Arsenal players do I want in my all-time 11. Yeah. And I felt like if I'm going to pick Thierry Henry, the other one has to be possibly one of the best Premier League midfielders I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
And perfect to partner alongside Steven Gerrard in the centre midfield. Patrick Vieira.
Yeah, fair enough. I had a weird feeling. Obviously, I can say this now because I'm not going to pick him because I didn't watch him, and I thought you was going to say it. I thought you was going to say Dennis Bergkamp. I thought you were going to do a front two of Arsenal.
I think with Dennis Bergkamp, it was coming towards the end of his career by the time I started watching Premier League football.
Fair.
I mean, the first game at the Emirates was his testimonial, so
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Because I didn't watch him. I barely got to see Vieira, I'll be real. I barely got to see him. The only time I saw Vieira was when he returned to Man City. Well, not returned. When he went to Man City, returning to the Premier League, and he barely played. And he was like 40. Like, he was under Mancini then. But yeah, Patrick Vieira, fair enough. That's the thing. What do I do now? I can afford to just let my right back pick go later because you picked the right back, or you picked Ricardo Carvalho at right back. So I can afford to just let my right back go. And this one's hard, but I haven't thought this through because I can't pick. I just realised I fucked it with the Virgil van Dijk one slightly, but this one's hard because there's 2 players per club. Because I could have picked Mohamed Salah at right midfield, technically, but now I'm struggling at the right midfield role because fucking Gareth Bale's gone. My plan, you literally fucked it. But
nice one.
I'm not going to go rogue because there's no point going rogue when there's only 2 people picking the Premier League 11. I can't think of a midfielder right now because I'm just struggling. My head's just gone. So striker, I'm going to pick One of the guy who had one of the most iconic moments in the Premier League. And everyone should know who I'm thinking by just
Oh my
saying that.
God, no.
And
Oh my God, no.
I remember watching the game.
I do as well.
And I couldn't believe it. It was one of the best moments I've ever seen in football. But yeah, this guy was just a goal scoring machine. Obviously, later on, he had to change his game up a bit. People didn't think he had more than just goals. He did, and that his game evolved throughout. On he did struggle with injuries at the end, but let's not rewrite history. He had to retire early, but he was one of the best in the Premier League. And because I don't want to pick the guy from Tottenham, I'm picking Sergio Aguero.
I mean, even Pep in Aguero's last season, even Pep said we can't replace him.
Yeah, he was
I
a
mean,
fucking liar.
yes, Haaland is a fantastic goal scorer, but the way that Aguero played and the way that he kind of interpreted his game as he knew he was getting older and his legs were slowing down, he was able to evolve his game and still get that output season after season. He was just an incredible player to watch, and it was a shame how his career ended.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like that past, he probably like that Barcelona era. Like even if he had succeeded at Barca, it would have been difficult because just the way Barca have been.
Yeah.
But still, Aguero and Suarez, literally, that's the most 2013 partnership I could have ever picked. Like that, if you like go back Premier League years and watch that era, it was them two. Just before Kane broke through, it was them two, and like it was always a debate in like school, Suarez or Aguero. That was the debate when it came to Premier League strikers in my era of going to school, and yeah, that's my two Man City picks. That I pretty much picked. I've picked like I've already done 3 clubs, so I can't pick any more Man City players, Liverpool or Chelsea.
Wait, who was the other player you picked from City?
Yaya.
Oh yeah, Yaya Toure, yeah.
Forgot to mention Yaya's got one of the best chants ever with his brother. Yaya.
Yeah,
Yaya,
yeah, yeah,
Yaya.
yeah, 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 Toure, Colo, Colo,
Yeah.
Colo.
One of the best chants I've ever heard. It's just so simple, so effective.
Yeah.
On to you, my friend. I hope you kept track of who you picked, by the way, because I ain't got
Okay,
I
so
ain't got a clue who you put left.
I've picked Carvalho at right back. I've picked Vieira and Gerrard in the midfield.
Gareth Bale.
Bale out wide, and Thierry Henry up front.
Mm-hmm. So you picked it. You haven't picked you've got 1 striker, 2 centre backs. You picked the
Left mid.
goalkeeper, so you picked Van der Sar. You picked Van der
Van
Sar
der
as well.
Sar as well, yeah.
And you need
So
left
I've
mid.
got
So
I've got both centre backs, left back, left mid, and another striker.
is it 5? Yeah. Hold on. You need 5 left. Oh yeah, you do. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Go on.
Okay. I think I was actually having a bit of trouble there because I know that if I pick either one of these players, I can't pick the other because I've already picked a player from that club.
Mm.
So it's kind of difficult. Do I go with a centre back or the striker from this club?
I know who you're thinking. I know exactly who you're thinking as well.
Do you know what? Because I want my attack to be feared, I'm going to go with the second striker, and it will be Didier Drogba.
I knew you were thinking Drogba. Like, go on. Tell me about Drogba, bro. What's your bro?
He used to batter us on a regular basis.
Yeah.
That's that. What more do I need to say? Every time against Arsenal, Drogba turned up. There was that one performance when he come to the Emirates the season they won the league under Ancelotti, and the little flick finish that ended up in the top right corner, and then you had the free kick down the other end. I was like, it was like that that Snoop Dogg clip. This motherfucker don't miss.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He doesn't
In a big game,
miss.
he's one of the
Exactly.
one of the best big game players I've ever seen.
See that's why I feel like Drogba's underrated as a striker, because yes, he's not one of them strikers that will get you 20, 25 goals a season and get the golden boot. I mean, he did get the golden boot in the 09-10 season.
Mm.
But in big games, you're always relying on Drogba, whether it be an FA Cup final, a Champions League final, a game to decide the league title. Drogba turns up.
Yep.
And I feel like him alongside Henry is just problems.
That partnership is fucking insane. That partnership's insane. Like, I haven't fucked it with Aguero in terms of that. I fucked it in Aguero because I shouldn't have picked another Man City pick because I fucked it up in another position. But here we go. But I am struggling.
I feel like I know who you would have picked.
Yeah, I'm struggling with a few positions right now because
Does
as
he look
I
like
mentioned,
does he look like Kevin McAllister?
maybe it might be him. It might be Big Meeks. But
Big Meeks.
I'm struggling because I've got goalkeeper, right back, right midfield, and centre midfield. I've played this game poorly because I fucked it. I'm
I've
still
had a
getting.
masterclass.
You've had an absolute masterclass. I've like Joy. I'm happy with the way my defense is so far. Like my defense is sick. Rio Ferdinand, Virgil van Dijk, and Ashley Cole. But I could really make this team sick if I pick the right, like centre midfielder and the right midfielder, because having Yaya Toure and Eden Hazard there is great. But I just got to find a midfield partner for him in my head. And the problem is in this team, you can't really pick a number 10 and make it balanced unless they can play on the wing because there is no number 10.
Yeah.
It's just 4-4-2. Unless you're picking a number 10 and putting them up front and you're saying they can play second striker, then it gets technical. And I realized already by just saying that, I've already fucked it because I shouldn't have picked Aguero. Someone has just come into my head and I cannot believe they slipped my head. But I'm going to move on. Yeah. Joy is, I'm already pissed off. I'm pissed off. I've lost my. I'm absolutely rattled myself because I fucked it with that Aguero pick. I've fucked everything up. There's so many other things I could have done there, but because I can't think of a right centre midfielder and a winger right now, I'm gonna find a loophole and go right back. Now I can't pick this guy for the current club that he plays for, but I can for a previous club that he plays for, and he was still good at this club. He was still deemed as a good right back at his club, but he obviously got better when he went to his current club. He never won anything at his previous club, and he needs to stay inside his house a bit more. Kyle Walker. I'm thinking about Tottenham.
Okay.
Because
yeah,
if we look
he
at
was
right backs,
decent at Spurs.
if we look at right backs, yeah, there's certain people that I cannot pick because of the clubs. And to be honest, right back hasn't really produced many in the Premier League that are that good. But Kyle Walker, alongside Rio Ferdinand, Virgil van Dijk, and Ashley Cole, that is a great back four, and I'm happy with that at least. But I'm struggling when it comes to my midfield and goalkeeper. So on to you, Alfie.
Again, it's another situation where do I pick a player that's going to mean I can no longer pick any players from this club because I've already picked Van der Sar at Manchester United. But at the same time, oh man. See, this is where it gets problematic, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I've done both my Chelsea players. I've done both my Arsenal players. Do you know what? I'm going to go with a centre-back.
Okay.
One of my two. Fantastic centre-back. Fantastic player. Won multiple league titles.
Yep.
Has somehow managed to get himself the Bayern job.
Oh, shit!
I'm going with Vincent Company.
That's a great pick. That's a great pick. Obviously, yeah, go on about Company, bro. Like, he was sick.
He was so consistent, and it felt like even though you could see that Man City were getting better season after season, the way he modelled his game, he managed to keep himself in the conversation.
Yeah.
And make himself undroppable to Pep.
Mm-hmm.
And that goal against, was it Leicester?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
The maddest thing was that was the night before Liverpool turned it round against Barca.
Yeah, that week was mental.
That week it was mental because we had Company on the Monday night, Ajax Tottenham the night after Liverpool.
Yeah, that was mental, innit?
It was just crazy. But Vincent Company was just a fantastic defender. It'd be criminal not to have him in the team.
Yeah, obviously, as well, like, obviously, I already picked my Man City players and I already picked my centre-backs, but I thought Vincent Company was class all the time. Like, just, obviously, again, injuries was just a problem, but, like, he did enough in the game for you to say, like, okay, he was injury-prone, but he's done enough for, like, cool, he missed out a bit. But the way he contributed, the way he was a leader and was a captain. I've always said he's the best captain I've seen in the Prem. In terms of my life, he's the best captain I've seen. So, who's your defense, actually? You got Carvalho, Company. Who else?
I've still got to pick another centre back and a left back.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, because like I was thinking about not picking this guy, just because the way I saw him was his last 3 years of his career. But I cannot let him not be picked. And also I'm struggling for another midfield partner, so I have to pick him, and I can't let him go up. I just can't. He just can't not be picked. This guy, in 3 different decades, I think, or even 2 different decades, I think it was 3, won a league title for his club. I could be wrong. I don't know when. I don't remember the year he broke through because a bit before my time. But I got to see the last 3 years of his career and still be in awe of what he was. Obviously, in one of the most common debates in this country, between the few midfielders that we always compare to each other, and that is one of the few gingers with a purpose in this world, and that is Paul Scholes.
Scholesy.
I have to pick him.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone else in a 2-man midfield.
I mean, you know that a player's got quality when your manager's bringing you out of retirement to win a league title.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he does a couple of weird stuff now.
He loves toenails, doesn't he?
He loves toes, Scholes. He loves toes. Oh, Scholes. He loves toes. But yeah, I had to pick him. Like, I could like all the midfielders that are coming in the Premier League that are available have escaped my head somehow, and I'm thinking about a 2-man midfield.
Was you watching? I don't obviously because I'm not too sure when you started watching the Premier League, but did you watch Scholes' volley against Villa?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember. Yeah, that was ridiculous. That just epitomized what he was capable of. Like the passing range, the volleys from outside the box, the shooting, the ability to be either the first man in midfield or the last man in midfield by entering the box. Like he could do it all pretty much. He's just an all-round midfielder. And him and Yaya Toure can work. That's why I'm thinking about it. Now I've got to think of a goalkeeper, the right midfielder.
It's kind of that your centre mid partnership's kind of similar to what people would call Crouch and Defoe, little and large.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. To be fair, I think you forget how small Scholes is because of how good he is on the ball, as well. But he was amazing.
Okay. My next position. So I've got one centre back, one left back, and a left mid. Those are my 3 that I've got left.
Yeah.
So I've pretty much got the left side.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and find a loophole here, simply because I believe, no matter what side of the midfield both of the players played in, they were
Yep.
class. And I'm not sure you thought about this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go at left mid with Riyad Mahrez.
Mahrez at left mid.
Yeah.
You know what you could do? You could swap your wingers.
See, that's what I was thinking as well, because both Bale and Mahrez could be interchangeable.
Yeah,
But
because
then
your team would be
again,
much better with Mahrez on the right, Bale on the left.
I can do that, yeah?
Yeah, you can do that if you want. Because
Yeah, I'll
Bale
Bale
played way
bomb
more on the
down the
left.
left-hand side.
Yeah, he played way more on the left than Mahrez did.
Bale bombed down the left-hand side, whereas with
Yeah.
Mahrez, he cut in a lot more.
I'm assuming you're picking Leicester or Man City. You can change it if you want later on, so be safe.
We'll go with. It doesn't really matter what one you go for, because he was class at
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't.
Either way, Mahrez is in this team.
Yeah, but what club are you picking, just for clarity?
Okay, so I haven't picked any. So if I pick Mahrez for City, that's my Man City players done.
Who else did you pick for City? Oh,
Company.
your company. Yeah.
But if I pick him for Leicester, I've still got one left, and that could come in handy, especially at left back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I'll go with Leicester.
Yeah.
I'll go
Fair
with
enough.
Leicester. Riyad Mahrez
I'm
got
still
Mourinho
struggling.
the sack.
That's true. True. I remember that game. I should have picked Morris. I should have picked even Mahrez or Bale. You've actually fucked it even more for me, because I'm still struggling for a right mid. And the players I'm thinking of, they can play right mid, but they didn't specialize there. And also, can I even pick this player? I can. I can pick this player, but I'm still struggling. I've completely fucked this draft, but it is what it is. You live and you learn.
Yeah.
Again, goalkeeper as well. I've got goalkeeper and right midfield left. These are my last two picks. And goalkeepers. So I'm gonna pretty much give clarity to people. You pick Van der Sar, so I can say everything now. I can't pick Petr Cech because I picked two Chelsea players. I can technically pick him for Arsenal, but why would I do
But
that?
do you
Because he
really
was
want
shit.
to?
No, he was terrible at Arsenal. I can't pick David De Gea in his OG days because I picked two Man United players. I can't pick Edison because I picked two Man City players. I can't
How
pick
many Liverpool
Allison.
players? I was about to say,
I
how
can't,
many Liverpool players have you picked?
can't pick Allison because I picked two Liverpool players. So that's techie. That is really, really techie. Because I could have a really average goalkeeper, like, from the Premier League. Because I'm looking at the big six teams now, and even the best Arsenal goalkeepers, I say, were all before my time. I'm not picking Almunia. Like, I'm not picking Almunia. I'm not picking, like, listen, Fabianski's been great for us, but I'm not picking Fabianski. I'm not picking Bernd Leno. Like, I'm not going to pick these keepers from Arsenal. I know there's an era I'm missing, but you know what I mean. That's why I'm struggling with the goalkeepers. I might have to go with an average goalkeeper. I have played this draft terribly, and I'm very sorry for the people at home. And have you picked both your wingers and both your strikers? Yeah,
I've picked both my wingers and my strikers. My only positions left are left back and the other centre back.
so you know what's funny? Yeah, I can say this now as well because I can't pick him either. I wasn't going to pick Ronaldo at Man United, even though we could have both, because again, I saw like the last year pretty much. And that's when I was getting into football. 2009, 2010 was when I started remembering football. Like I was
Yeah.
watching it, I was there, but in terms of memory, I remember vaguely the 2009-10 season. And the first time I properly remembered football was the 2010 World Cup. That's the first, because I had the wall chart
Yeah.
and I was picking all the things. That's my proper like entry into football, even though I was there. And I was when
Wall
I started going
chart,
to games. Yeah.
wall chart, sticker books.
Yep. That's when I had match attacks for the first time. That's when I started kicking balls
I still
regularly.
do the sticker books, bro. I still do the
Yeah,
sticker
fair.
books, man.
Fair. I haven't. I could probably find my old sticker book somewhere.
My mum hates
But
me for it, bro. Because I leave the backs of the stickers lying around. Like, she hates me for it.
I can't. Joy is as well. I can't pick David Silva at right mid and shoehorn him in there because I've picked 2 Manchester City players. And because I'm really struggling, really struggling, I'm gonna put this guy on the right. He played for Arsenal. He was better off the left, and people put him in the Hazard debates a lot. And that was Alexis Sanchez. I'm struggling, bro. I cannot think of anyone else, and everyone has escaped me. I'm completely fucked. Did you know when you put this? I've realized putting this to 2 per club makes it harder than I thought.
Yeah.
If I was to pick 3 per club, it would look like three each team in the one side. Like so, I'm going with Alexis Sanchez because I'm trying to think of my era, and I don't know. I fucked it. But he was a great player. That's the thing. He was a great player for Arsenal, and he did play off the right at times, but he didn't specialize off the right. He specialized off the left.
Yeah.
But
The whole way he modelled his game was he'd like to cut inside.
Yeah. But even with Kyle Walker bombing on, give him that free roll. I've got goalkeeper left. On to you. Your last 2 picks.
I've got left back and one of the centre backs, and I'm gonna go with the left back.
Yep.
And I'm gonna take out another one of the so-called big 6. I think you'll know who I'm talking about when I say he loves this game.
Yep. Fair enough.
Patrice Evra.
So your team Man United
up against Suarez again, bro.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. That is mad. That is mad. So your team Man United picks were Van der Sar Evra.
Yeah.
That's mad. Mine was how I'm gonna say this now, yeah. How did none of us pick Wayne Rooney?
How did none of us pick Lampard?
Because I put my Chelsea players too quick. So I couldn't. I picked Cole and Hazard in like my first 3. So this is where it gets techie. Goalkeeper. I've completely fucked it. So as we know, guys, I picked 2 Manchester City players. I picked 2 Manchester United players. I picked 2 Chelsea players. And I've picked 2 Liverpool players. Now, for me, the best goalkeeper that I've seen in the Premier League is Petr Cech. I can't pick him unless I pick him for Arsenal, but he was terrible at Arsenal, so I'm not going to pick him. But this leaves the only big 6 clubs that I can pick a goalkeeper from is Tottenham and Arsenal, if I was to pick someone from the big 6. So here's what I'm going to do. To make it look nice, I'm going to go to a Premier League winning goalkeeper. And I'm saying that because it sounds better that way. And he wasn't a bad keeper. He just wasn't elite. He was actually a really good keeper. And when he left a couple of years ago from his club, they didn't replace him. And that's a part of the reason why they were so screwed in the end. And he obviously had a Premier League winning dad as well. So everyone knows who I'm picking by now. It's Kasper Schmeichel. I don't have much of a choice. I'm not picking Lloris. Not picking Lloris. Like, don't get me wrong, Lloris started off really well, but I prefer Schmeichel as a keeper. And as I said, think of the Arsenal keepers that have played in the Premier League since David Seaman, which was before my time. I didn't really have much of a choice. But this goes on to the last pick of the draft. Alfie, your last pick is
centre back.
Talk me through it.
So I've picked one Man City player.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken me. Obviously, you've already picked a player who's playing right now in terms of Virgil van Dijk.
Yep.
So I am going to round my 11 off with a player who's currently playing and also plays for Man City at centre back.
Yep.
I'm going with Ruben Diaz.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick. I think you left yourself short of the options in the end when you picked centre back last.
Yeah.
But Ruben Diaz is still a great centre back.
I think the only reason I left myself short is because I knew that there was players that I wanted in there straight away, the likes of Gerrard, Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew that I needed to secure those quick because if I didn't take those, you were nicking them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think I actually played with that tactic in my head too much with the vice
Yeah,
versa thing. And what I realistically should have done before the Aguero pick was pick Bale, and then after you pick Rooney, which is what I could have had,
yeah,
and I completely fucked it. So now I've got Alexis Sanchez. Fair enough, he was a good player, but didn't specialise off the right. And I've got Schmeichel in goal. And we're looking back. Let's go through the teams with yours first, Alfie.
okay.
Who? So, what's your full team, if you can remember?
So in goal we have Edwin van der Sar.
Yep.
Across the back four we have Patrice Evra, Ruben Diaz, Vincent Kompany, and Ricardo Carvalho.
Mm.
My four in midfield: Gareth Bale. We've switched him over to the left. Steven Gerrard, Patrick Vieira, and Riyad Mahrez. And my two up front: Thierry Henry and Didier Drogba.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I can't lie. That team is actually sensational. My team, I've got with Kasper Schmeichel in goal. Back four is Kyle Walker, Rio Ferdinand, Virgil van Dijk, and Ashley Cole. From right mid to left mid, Alexis Sanchez, Yaya Toure, Paul Scholes, and Eden Hazard. And up front, Luis Suarez and Sergio Aguero. If I'm saying this objectively, yeah, you have the better team. I think I have a better defense, but
Yeah,
I think overall you have a better team. I think just in general. Let us know in the comments who do you think has the better team, and put your own team in the comments of players that hasn't been picked out of our rules that we set. To see if we missed out on some mad team that we could have picked, because there's definitely an 11, but obviously there's two of us, and it's due to the rules.
yeah,
2 players per club and stuff like that as well. But we're definitely going to do more of these as well. We're
100%.
definitely going to do more of these. We're actually probably going to record one on the same day. However, that is the end of this one. It's an all-time Premier League draft. Really had fun doing this. Make sure to check Alfie's link in the title, people, as well. Make sure to subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. And the email for the inquiries. We're on the road to 1K subscribers. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.